Guys, welcome back to Being to Bushcraft. As you can see, it's been snowing. Scotland's been hit by a few storms this week, and the latest storm we were hit with was yesterday, and it brought a bit of snow with it. Not a huge amount, but there's still snow on the ground. It's just above 0 degrees Celsius at the moment, and I reckon tonight it could drop below 0 and potentially, fingers crossed, maybe get a wee snow shower later on tonight or later on this afternoon. I'm not myself today. I'm with Daniel and Mac today. You've seen them in videos past before. But yeah, I've got an absolute load of kit with me today. I brought the hot tent and the stove. I don't have one of the wee collapsible stoves that pack down to a really small size. Mine is a really heavy steel stove. So to get it in here, and as you can see, there's not much. There's nowhere around about here where you can get firewood, so we've had to bring our own firewood in as well. So to get all the kit down here was a bit of a nightmare. We're about a 15-minute walk for the car, which isn't that much, but when you're carrying that amount of kit across those hills you can see in the background there, we came up and over that hill, that was a bit of a nightmare, especially coming down it. It doesn't look it, but it's quite steep coming down there, especially in the snow. Right behind me there's a wee reservoir. The guys have brought some fishing kit with them, so we're going to do a bit of fishing today as well. See how that goes. But yeah, I'm going to bring you back once I start getting everything set up. But yeah, it's great to be out with a bit of snow and using the hot tent. See you guys shortly.
fucking massive, aren't they? Oh, it's swollen. It's still recording there.
Aye. Alright, I can edit it out. Perfect. Heck, a bit of Hexy TV.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I'm a good dog already.
Well, cheers guys, it's been a while since I last spoke to the camera. I did do a bit of recording and we're setting up the tent that you can see in the background there. So we've been here for, what would you say guys, about 3 hours maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
2 or 3 hours now.
Yeah.
Taking a while to get set up because we stood around chatting and that for a while. The sun's went down behind that hill at the back of the camera there. Behind the camera is the reservoir that I showed you earlier on. So it's currently 5:10 in the afternoon. In around half an hour, 45 minutes, it'll be pitch dark out here. So we've got the fire going before it gets too dark. Sit here and have a beer, and we'll sit out here for a wee while because I reckon, what do you think? We'll get sub-zero temperatures tonight, eh?
Oh, aye, definitely.
We'll get the stove lit and probably get the three of us sat inside the tent, the stove lit, and we'll cook dinner inside the tent. Guys, that's me inside the tent. I've came in here, I've got the stove lit now. The guys are still outside at the fire pit. I've came in here and lit the stove. They're going to come in here shortly once the stove's up and burning a bit better. And going to cook dinner, sit in here and listen to some music and get in out the cold. Keep that stove roaring all night and keep nice and cosy because it's getting freezing out there. Even with the fire lit, because we're out and open, we're not sheltered by trees. We didn't have a tarp up out the back of us or anything like that. So you're warm if you're sat right on top of the fire, but if you move slightest bit, you feel the cold hitting you. So yeah, we're going to hunker down in here and get dinner on. Burgers tonight, burgers, cheddar cheese, fried onions on brioche rolls. I brought a couple of bottles of sauce as well, just to spice it up a wee bit. So yeah, I'll bring you guys back later on once we're all in here and a bit cosier. Well, that's us all in the tent now, and I'm going to apologise to the boys now because they're going to get a torch right in their face. Well, it's not the torch, it's the light off the camera. So it's goes in here, stove's on, we're all sat in here, and dinner's cooking as well. So I've got the usual duty of cooking, making cheeseburgers, fried onions on a brioche roll. Look at that, fantastic. A few drinks as well, and we've got some music on, but you'll not hear the music because I turned it off to record. Burger number one. I'm going to put another load on there now, so we've all got 2 burgers each. But there's that's real cheddar that's on that, not that plastic crap that you get. That's proper cheddar, fried onions, barbecue sauce, brioche bun. Oh, lovely.
Oh.
How's it, boys?
Oh, beautiful.
Nice, eh? Well, guys, that's Daniel and Maccabee down to where they're camping tonight, which is only around 50 metres in that direction. Not that that makes any difference to you, direction wise. Sorry, my eyes are a bit bloodshot. It's quite late on now. Don't know if the camera will pick it up very well, but there's a bit of a breeze kicked up, and because of where I've situated the tent, it's actually really picking up the wind. Like it's a bit of parachute. The tent is acting like a parachute in this wind, so I am slightly concerned about how the tent is going to cope tonight. The wind's actually calmed down a wee bit, or maybe not calmed down because I can hear it in the distance. They're really battering the trees over in the distance, but if the wind were to pick up any more, or if the wind were to get stronger or hit the tent more directly, I have considered taking the tent down and retreating back to the car tonight. Because I've got the stove on in here, I don't want to risk this tent coming down on top of that stove, because that could be an absolute catastrophe. So we'll just have to see how it goes. I have a wee pot of water on the go now. I'm going to make a coffee like I always do just before bedtime, and watch something on my phone. I didn't do a huge amount of recording tonight because I was catching up with the guys and having a couple of beers. But yeah, I'm going to have my coffee and a little bag of sweeties like I always do every night. When I go camping tonight, I have a packet of Henry Hippos. So yeah, I'm going to have them, have a cup of coffee or a hot chocolate. I've not quite decided yet. I'm going to have one or the other, and see how this wind plays out. If the wind picks up, like I say, I think I'm going to take the tent down. I don't want to risk this tent coming down on top of me tonight, especially with that stove going. Like I say, what I've got wood in there now, clearly. But once that burns out, I will be just letting it die out. I'm not going to keep the stove going all night. Once that wood burns out, I am just going to leave it be, because by that time I'll be in my sleeping bag with all my warm kit on, so I'll be warm enough in my sleeping bag anyway. I don't think I'm going to sleep very well because I'm concerned about the wind, so I think that might keep me awake for a while. If it were to die down, then yeah, fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to shoot off to bed just now, get in the sleeping bag, and I'll bring you guys back in the morning, unless it all goes Pete Tong during the night. Because if it goes Pete Tong during the night, I'll document it. I'll get it on camera. I won't get the tent come down on camera quite clearly because I will be in a frantic state trying to get everything packed away. But yeah, I will make it back to the car during the night. So yeah, I'll bring you guys back either later or in the morning. We'll see how the night goes. Well, I've not slept one bit yet. And the time is now 12:20 at night, so it's not massively late, but the wind is absolutely terrible. So I'm going to get up, I'm going to pack up my kit, get this tent down, and then street back to the car, because this is wild. I don't want to risk any damage to any of my kit, and I fear if I stay here any longer it will get damaged, so I'm going to get packed up and get back to the car. Well, that was a bit of a disaster then. So, I'm back up the car just now. I'm in the car, I've got the back seats of the car folded down, and looks like I'm going to be sleeping here for a few hours. I say a few hours because it's already 1:30 in the morning, so I'll stay up here for a few hours, get some rest, and before daylight I'll get up, get dressed again, and head back to the camp and grab my kit, because I didn't bring all my kit up. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's blowing a hoolie out there, as they say in Scotland. It's really windy, and it's also raining, so it was kind of a mad dash back to the car. The only bits of kit that I grabbed was my rucksack, my sleeping mat and sleeping bag, because I knew once I got up here I would need something to lie on and to sleep in. So the rest of the kit is still down there. What I've done was I took the centre pole out the tent, let the tent collapse down, and I got some heavy items from my kit and laid it on top of the tent to stop it from blowing away. So yeah, that's the first for me. That's the first ever failed camp. It wasn't forecasted to be like this actually. That's the whole reason I took the hot tent. It was actually forecasted to be sub-zero temperatures and a fairly calm night in terms of wind. The wind was meant to start up, but not until around 7 or 8 in the morning. So yeah, it was a bit unexpected, but these things happen. You can never fully predict the weather in Scotland. Scotland's got one of the most turbulent weather systems in the world, I would say. It's a bit chaotic. We can get all 4 seasons in one day. We can have snow, rain, sunshine, all in the one day. But anyway, let's see, it's currently 1:20 in the morning, so I may just watch something on my phone for 20 minutes, half an hour, help me unwind again, because I'm a bit hyped up after that. Walking back to the car in those conditions, it wasn't very great. So yeah, I'll try and get some rest, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, that was a complete and utter disaster last night. Look at that, sun's out now. But yeah, I had to retreat back to the car last night. You seen that. Mac done the same, he retreated back to the car. Daniel was the only one that survived the night. He stayed out the entire night. But with the weather conditions last night, I didn't pack up all my kit last night. I packed up my sleeping bag, sleeping mat, got back to the car and folded the back seats of the car down, slept in the back of the car, and had to go back down to the camp this morning just to grab the rest of my kit and get back up. So me and Mac went back down this morning, met up with Daniel, we got our kit packed up. It was absolutely chucking it down with rain, blowing a gale, so we got soaking wet getting out of there, freezing cold, my clothes are soaking, my kit's soaking. I hardly got any sleep when I did get into the car, because although I was warm and comfortable in the car, I didn't sleep well, because I was worried about all the kit left lying down there, how it was going to cope in those weather conditions. But it was fine, apart from it being wet, obviously. So yeah, that's the first ever failed camp I've had. these things happen. It's the first, but I'm guessing it's probably never going to be the last. When you're camping in Scotland, you've got to expect these things to happen. The weather conditions are never great in Scotland, or very rarely are they good. But anyway, I'm just going to wrap the video up there now. I just want to thank you for watching the video, and give me a thumbs up, give me a wee comment on the video, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.